Good evening, everybody. This is your life coach, Meenal here. And today we're going to talk about holistic health. What we think, हमें क्या लगता है पता है? We are healthy. जब भी if we don't have a disease, we are healthy. That is what we generally, आज तक हम यही सोचते आ रहे हैं. If you don't have disease, you're healthy. We're just talking about physical health इसमें. We're not talking about the overall health. Like we all are energy beings, right? हमारे वी ऑल एनर्जी बीइंग्स है. हमारे में एक्सचेंज ऑफ एनर्जीज होती है. वी ऑल बॉडी इज मेड अप ऑफ सेल्स, तो एनर्जी एक्सचेंज होती है एंड ऑल. बट हम सिर्फ फिजिकल एस्पेक्ट को ही हेल्थ समझते हैं. whereas होलिस्टिक हेल्थ का मतलब क्या होता है? वी गोना टॉक अबाउट फिजिकल हेल्थ, मेंटल हेल्थ, इमोशनल हेल्थ एंड इवन स्पिरिचुअल हेल्थ. वो भी एक दैट all these four elements comprise of a holistic approach for a human well-being. हमारा जो well-being हम बात करते हैं कि हम overall हम grow करते हैं as a human being, as a personal, जो हम जो हैं, the core entity we are. तो ये चारों चीजें मिलके हम बनते हैं. So we should just not be focusing or talking about physical health. Okay, my hand is okay, my leg is okay, my back is proper. No, that is only one component of your health, of your overall well-being. And what happens, even when we talk about health and all, it is only 10% of our health is depending on the genes. Like we often hear people say, for very common ailments like blood pressure or diabetes, sugar problem jisko hoti, they say it is in my genes. बहुत very clearly people put it, blame game चालू कर देते. My parents had, my grandparents had, so मुझे तो होना ही है. It doesn't work that way. ऐसे नहीं होता. Only 10% of the ailment that you're going through today is because of your genes. That 90% is from the environment. Now, what does it mean by environment? Environment means the way we think, the way we eat, our lifestyle. Now, lifestyle also just doesn't limit itself to the physical aspect of your lifestyle, exercising or how you look. No, it is just not or eat. It's just not the physical lifestyle that we're going to talk about today. It's even the mental lifestyle. So let's get started. So what are the components, pillars क्या हैं हमारे holistic health के? Very important is food, eating. What do we eat? हम क्या खाते हैं? That decides our health, right? अगर हम जंक खाते गए, keep eating junk, तो क्या होगा? हमारा body तो obese हो जाएगा, right? और हमें तो फिर it will become very difficult for us to lose or shed that extra fat that we have accumulated. So eating is very, very important. You have to be very thoughtful. Plus, you have timings. People generally just go, health conscious and all, they generally opt for going on some kind of diet or, controlled eating kind of thing. One more important aspect is the time of eating. कौन से time पे आप खाते हो? You have this intermittent fasting, which is very, very helpful and very effective because you get only eating period windows मिलते हैं. 16-hour fasting है तो 8-hour eating period मिलता है. 14 है तो 10-hour मिलता है, so on and so forth. So if you see olden days में ना, people used to eat their food by sunset के पहले खाना खत्म कर लेते थे. Even today, Jains, they have this practice that they finish their dinner before sunset. So that's how the body clock used to work, and people were very healthy. उसके बाद those changes came in and we started eating midnight dinners and midnight food and snacking and all that is a very recent invention. So if we go back, so intermittent fasting is just going back to our olden practices. Sunrise के बाद खाओ, sunset के पहले खाना बंद कर दो. Simple as that. उसमें you can modulate, And what is the quality of food you eat also reflects on the impact. If you're going to eat all fried and all junk in that eating period, you won't see the expected results. Simple as that. So eating हो गया, ये तो हमारे physical body का eating हुआ, right? What about the thoughts? हम क्या सोचते हैं? What are we feeding? We feed a body, so we feed nutrition to a body so that we get a healthy body. So what are we feeding our minds? अगर mind को healthy करना है, because here we're talking about our mental health, our emotional health, and overall health, right? So what are we feeding? हम क्या देखते हैं? What is the input? What is it that we are consuming on a daily basis? You have TV, you have internet, you have so many social media handles, plus you have this WhatsApp constant chatter going on back and forth. I mean, we can't just cut off from everything, right? But you can always choose what is the information you want to put inside. क्या देखना है, क्या सुनना है, that choice you always have. So just don't keep blaming, you know, those way forwards, I just couldn't help, I had to read. No, it's not that. You always have an option. And look at the quality of series that are being played on OTT these days. 80% are violent, and you know, in the name of suspense and thriller, it is all violence and violence. So you always have a choice. What do you want to watch? So be very careful how you want your mind to operate, how you want your thoughts to be. Choose, pick and choose. What is it that you want to watch? What is it that you want to enter? Or what is it that you want to put in your mind? Because that is going to, end of the day, that's going to impact your thinking and your overall well-being and overall body. Because what do you think? Your emotions do impact your physical health. In one of the sessions, we did discuss about psychosomatic illness. So that is what is psychosomatic, right? What do you think? Your body takes it and it comes out in form of any kind of ailment. So what we want to do, हमको क्या करना है? Again, going back to emotional health. If your emotional health is proper, you will not have these mental health issues. Yes, let me repeat. If your emotional health is proper, you will not have mental health issues like depression, anxiety, or you know, those negative for which you have to go for consultancy therapy. Nahi hoga. And what is emotional? How do you separate emotional health and mental health? Emotional health is the health or the power that one has over his or her own emotions. Like we all have emotions, so we all have, right? And I generally emphasize that you should always express and don't suppress your emotions. उसको suppress नहीं करना है, उसको express करना है. तो emotions आते क्यों हैं? वो आते क्यों हैं? Because जो input हमने डाला है ना, जो अभी हमने बात किया, through your social media or through your friends, family. Again, तुम कैसे environment में, what are the kind of people you're interacting? That also plays a very important role. If you are part of a group that is always into, you know, substance abuse, it could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be smoking, it could be anything. If you are surrounded by people who are into this kind of substance abuse, you know, there are chances that you will also flip and you will also get into that. So you have to very thoughtfully, you have to decide what is it that you want to get into. You can choose and pick. These are the people I will want to interact because that's going to help me. At least, you know, don't go along with people who are not helping, but they're only deteriorating your mental and physical health, emotional health. So you need to choose on that. And we always have a choice. So there's no point telling that, you know, if I need to be accepted in the group I'm moving around, I have to drink, I have to smoke. No, that's not always necessary. Stand firm on what you want in your life. That's very, very much possible and you can do it. It's just a matter of thought. You think you want to do it and you'll be able to do it. So going back to emotional health, if your emotional health, if you are in charge, if you're in control of your emotions, when I say in control of your emotions, it's anger, fear, or, you know, that depression, constantly feeling sad, feeling hurt. These are the emotions, or feeling jealous. These are the emotions that we create when we see something outside. These are the thoughts that we create and we feel that. So if you are in charge, you will never get into a mental health issue. That's the truth. So in case if you're going through, or if you know someone is going through all these, just check on his emotion quotient. We always hear people talking about EQ. Companies are hiring employees who have higher EQ. Now, IQ is just not the parameter based on which company hires these employees. Even EQ has been plays a very important role. So, what is EQ? Having control on your emotions, emotional quotient. That is EQ. So, how do you develop that? By healthy eating, by healthy input, right? So again, it's the same thing. We're just going to circle. Everything boils down to what are you consuming? Whether it's your physical health, are you consuming the right food? And if it's your mental health and emotional health, are you consuming the right information? Information is like, tonic to your DNA. Yeah. So we need to be very careful on our eating or consuming. Second important is sleep. Yeah, sleep is very important because our mind needs rest. Through the day, we are, there are innumerable thoughts going on. Every minute, in a minute, you may be thinking 40, 50, 60 thoughts, or, hundreds of thoughts coming in. And when you are upset or you are disturbed, the number of thoughts is generally on the higher side. We don't have control. And most of these thoughts, when they are in large numbers, most of them are negative. So negative thinking again impacts your physical health and emotional health. So sleep is important because your body needs rest. If you have been working from morning till evening, you may be traveling for work or you may be doing some physical work, your body gets tired. Similarly, your mind gets tired. If you're into any IT related work, software or something, you're using your brain. So your mind needs rest. So you need to have adequate sleep. You can't say I can manage with 3 hours of sleep and 4 hours of sleep. I wouldn't say no, but yes, there are people who are able to sustain a healthy life by sleeping for 5, 6 hours, but that is deep sleep. It can't be, a very casual sleep. You have a nap for 2 hours and get up. No, it doesn't. You may not realize it at this point. Later on, I mean, after a few years of continuous practice of not sleeping properly or inadequate sleeping, you will realize that it has impacted your health, both physical, mental, both. Yeah. So sleep is a very important component for your health, because once you sleep, you'll get more. I mean, try and identify or try and check the day you slept well, the next day, how were you feeling when you woke up? You were so creative, you're so imaginative. You were, I mean, new brilliant ideas come to you when you have a proper sleep. Vis-a-vis, if you didn't sleep well and you had a project submission or you had something to perform, you had a very important meeting the next day. If you didn't sleep well, the meeting doesn't fare well, doesn't go well. So it's just right in front of you. You need to just notice what is going wrong. And then we keep telling, oh, I did preparation, something happened outside, so my meeting didn't go well. No, you were not well, you didn't sleep well, you were not connected well with yourself. Your mind was not calm. Also, good sleep helps in stress management. Now, it's very clear that stress is our own creation. But if you have proper sleep, you will be able to handle that stress levels that you are going through. I mean, this stress may be created due to overwork or some challenges in life or some situations in life that you're going through. It could be personal, it could be professional. But these challenges, if you're going through, and if you have deep sleep or proper sleep, you will see that you will have you will be in a better capacity to handle these situations as compared to not sleeping well, not eating well, and getting confused. So when you sleep well, you have clarity, as against not sleeping well creates confusion. So eating, sleeping, and go getting is exercising, running, getting on the move. Just get started. If you are planning to do something, don't wait for the right moment. Every moment is right. Just start, just get going. Don't hesitate. What will happen is you'll make a mistake, but that's okay. One always makes mistake before getting perfect, right? We all are human beings. We are imperfect beings. So go getting is very important for holistic health and for both physical and mental health. And exercising is equally important for you to keep yourself physically fit. It could be your walks that you take in the morning, evening, 1 hour walk, half an hour, depending on your physical capacity. Or you go to a gym, or you practice yoga. All these things are going to help. These are the physical, it takes care of your physical as well as mental and emotional well-being. So it's very important. If you're not into the practice of doing any kind of exercises, please start tomorrow, because it's going to help you. Right? So physical health, we spoke about for all the three things. We spoke about eating, sleeping, and exercising. What is more critical is thinking. How do we think? That plays an important role on your mental health, which subsequently impacts your physical health. Now, what are managing your thoughts basically, right? We talk about managing, we talk about time management. We don't need to manage time. We have 24 hours. If we manage our thoughts well, we'll have ample of time. Yeah, we will have. So what do? How do you identify how to think properly or what you're thinking is not correct? By living in the present. Practice mindfulness, breathing practices, breathing exercises you have, meditation you have. Try and inculcate these practices in your daily lifestyle. Change your lifestyle, just not the physical, mental, both. So inculcate these mindfulness practices and breathing meditation, and you will see that it has really changed your life 360 degrees. So when we practice, we are more aware of what thoughts are going on. Are the thoughts really relevant? Are the thoughts really important at this point? Or am I being dragged of what has already happened in my life? Or am I just creating anxiety, worrying about what's going to happen in future? When you start noticing all that, half half of your thoughts will be just avoidable. You will think it's not required. I don't need to think all this at this point. At this point, I am in this place and this is my thought. This is what my thought has to be. When you live in the present moment, when you have control, when you have charge on your thoughts, no, when you take charge of what you're thinking, you will be in a better position to change them. If you think that you are going on a negative track, if you're aware, you will be able to change it. That's what is the power of positive thinking. That's the power of mindfulness. So when you start practicing thought management, there will be no need, you will not need uh, there will be no need for time management, because your thoughts are managed and you'll have time for everything else. So thought management is very important. If you're not into the practice, start doing it. Start thinking about what is important. Set your priorities right. You need to know what is important for you at this point. Everything cannot be right. When we start our day, when we go to workplace, what do? We have 20 things in our hand. But what we need to do is take a paper and pen, write down what is important, what is urgent. Everything is important. Yes, 20 things that we have to do are important, but what is urgent? So list those 3 or 4 things, focus on that, finish that off. Then you have the rest of the day to do the other important things. Even in that other important things, there will be something which is critically important, something that can be delayed a little bit. If not completed tomorrow, can be done if cannot be completed today can be done tomorrow. So segregate your work in that pattern, and you will see your life has become very easy. We're talking about holistic, so we have to be, overall persona, overall health has to be taken care. This is how you can do it. Workplace, you segregate your work. At home front also, there will be 20 important things, but you need to identify and break it up. In relations, yes, again, the same principle applies. Everybody is important, every friend or every family member, but just understand who is the person who needs me most today, or which is the where is it that I am required today the most, which is important, what is urgent. Take care of that and other things can follow. And when you do it diligently, the other person will also reciprocate, and there will be a better understanding between the two. For all of this, your physical mental health has to be calm, and it has to be under control. Next, other important thing in this holistic health approach is connect. Now when I say connect, is connect with yourself. This again takes us to the spiritual well-being. Connect with yourself. Meditate. We all believe in some superpower, God, whatever you're believing. Connect with him. Energize yourself by connecting to him. I'm sure, whatever faith you are, whatever religion, but there will be some superpower you have in mind from whom you are drawing some energy, who energizes you are experiencing that, the connect I'm talking about. So connect with him. This is connection within yourself and with the superpower. The other connection is connection with the outer world, social well-being. When we talk about how do we connect with people, how do we connect with the environment, people we work around, how is our relation with them, that connection plays a very important role, because we need a support system. We may think that we are superman, superwoman, everything, but we need support system, and nothing wrong in doing that. Today, if a lady is working woman, she has her responsibilities at home, she has kids, children, grand in-laws or parents, and also work at the office, right? So how does she manage? If she doesn't take support, if she doesn't seek support from the family, it will be very difficult for her to manage. End of the day, she will be, she'll be drained. She'll be burnt out. She will not realize why her mental health, physical health, everything is deteriorating. So you need to have a good support system. You need to have a good connection with yourself, good connection with others outside, your family, your friends, your neighbors. Keep a very healthy environment. Have you ever noticed when you are happy and the way you interact with people is very different as compared to when you're upset or you're not in one of those right moods, your interaction and the environment gets affected immediately. Why? Because your energy levels are not good. So if you try and have good relations, it works the other way also, right? If other people are not reciprocating in the right way, you tend to feel a little low. But let that not affect you. If you have connected with yourself, if you have charge of your own thoughts and emotions, the outer world or people behaving you in a different way may not affect you in a negative way. So that charge or that control you have to keep, because we don't want to get disturbed. We don't want to risk our emotional well-being or emotional health because somebody didn't behave well with us. There's no way we can make them understand at that point in time. Later on, yes, of course, you can initiate a dialogue when both of you are in the right frame of mind and just communicate that what happened or what you said was not something I'm comfortable with. But that happens later on. At that spur of moment, there is no need for you to get into a heated argument or a debate and risk the relation that you are in. It's not worth it. All this is possible if you have a calm mind. How do you have a calm mind? By taking care of your thoughts, managing your thoughts, by practicing mindfulness or practicing some kind of meditation that helps your mind calm down. Otherwise, there are 20,000 things that can always keep your mind running. There's no dirt of it. In metros especially, life is always running, is always on the run. You're always in a rush. But you need to calm down. Connect with nature. That's very important. Connect with nature. Just if you don't feel like walking, just go and sit in the garden. Look at the green trees, the beauty of it is, just think of it. Trees, they give out carbon dioxide. They give out oxygen and take carbon dioxide. They're giving, right? So we are always taking everything from outside. So when you go and see and try and relate what is happening, how nature is being kind to us, practice gratitude. Very important. Practice gratitude. That's the best way to calm your mind down. And if at all you're feeling like, you shortchange, or if you feel that something is not good or something not right happening in your life, try and list down good things that have happened in your life. Do that. That's going to help you. That's going to calm your mind down. That's going to that's going to make you grounded. Be more human. It's important that we become more human. We are human beings. What we are currently practicing or experiences, we have become human doings. We are not human doings. We need to be being. So coming to that being level, we need to practice the spiritual concept has to be part of our life. Yeah. And all this is possible if you have a calm mind, if you have a physically fit body. Everything is interconnected. Nothing is separate. If you're physically ailing, you may not be able to focus on your emotions, or you may not be able to have control on your emotions. Vis-a-vis, if your emotions are not in the right frame of mind, the physical body is going to get impacted. You will have aches and pains. Many a times, doctors are not understanding why the person is having so many pains and aches in the body, whereas all the x-rays and MRIs are very clear. It's something that is bothering you. So we know the connection between the emotional health and the mental health and the physical pain that one is going through. There are so many examples. People at very critical, who are going through critical illness. If their mind is stable, if they are calm, they do not suffer so much. Yes, we've seen examples. People don't suffer. The suffering is something that we create. Pain is there. If we are going through some ailment, pain is something that we are having, but suffering is our creation. So why they don't create more suffering? Because they're very calm. They're quite calm and composed. Their mental state is very calm. As against that, if somebody who is very hyper, very agitated, very unstable mental health, always in the rush, even a small cut or a wound, is going to impact them. They're going to suffer more. That's we have seen so many times. We've observed this, and we start wondering, why is this person suffering so much, whereas the person who is going through such a big critical ailment is quite composed and calm. This is the difference. The mental state is impacting their physical health, and the suffering that they're creating when they are ill or unwell, or if they meet with an accident, whatever the case is. It's always the mind that's playing an important role on how you're feeling. So it's time that we take charge of what we think, what we eat, what we do, how we conduct our life. When we realize the importance and the interconnectivity of all these aspects, I think we'll be in a better way to lead a better life. So how clear it is, how well connected it is, and how important it is that we need to take a holistic approach. And this is not going to happen overnight. This is all a progress. I mean, it is a process. It is always a work in progress. So don't expect any change to happen overnight. And don't be very harsh with yourself. In the process of bringing this changes in our life, at times what we end up doing is become very judgmental, very, very critical, and very harsh with ourselves. Yeah. We get into strict dieting. I've come across people who want to lose weight, maybe 20, 30 kilos. So they become very strict with themselves. The body is, as such, it is taking so much, it takes so much effort for the body to prepare the mind and get into that state that, okay, I want to lose weight. On that, if you become very harsh, one small mistake, 2 days, if you don't follow the diet or you don't do the exercise, you become very harsh and you give up, or you try judging yourself that you're good for nothing. These are the negative thoughts that keep coming. You're good for nothing, you cannot do it. Last time when you tried, you failed, so this time there is no way you can succeed. So these are the internal conversations we have, the self talk. So these things also impact our well-being. What are you thinking? What are you talking to yourself? So when you are in the process of bringing change to your lifestyle or the way you are conducting your life, with, again, it's physical, emotional, or whichever way, whatever changes you're planning to do, be kind to yourself. Accept yourself in today's state. Accept yourself. Okay, this is the situation. If you accept this is where I am, set your goals, set your priorities, and take one step at a time. Nothing happens overnight. कुछ एक दिन में नहीं होने वाला है. टाइम लगेगा चेंज होने में. दैट इज ओके, बट एक्सेप्ट इट. बी काइंड. ये सब चीजें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है. Don't expect others to be kind. Don't expect others to understand you. You understand yourself. अपने आप को खुद समझो. Okay, fine. I'm decided to bring these changes in my life. इतना टाइम लगने वाला है. बीच में गलती होगी. I may miss on some occasions. I may skip something. I may forget something. I may have to restart doing what I'm doing. That's okay. हो जाएगा. That is one thing that should be your mantra. That is okay. Life happens. होता है. Mistakes happen. But that doesn't mean you have to give up at that point in time. You have to start. You have to restart. Resilience. Build your resilience with this. The capacity to bounce back. So when we look at health as a whole thing, mental, emotional, physical, social, if you have that calm mind, if you are willing to do, please start today. Again, I'm telling, take one step at a time. Accept, have patience. These things are very important when you're trying to bring any change in your life. Yeah. So let's start doing. What's stopping you? If you have any questions on where to start, list it down. लिख लो कहाँ start करना है. Even if you want to bring changes any of your physical lifestyle, it has to start here. You have to think on those lines. You don't have to, if your negative self-talk has to stop immediately. So take charge of it. Be aware. क्या चल रहा है मेरे दिमाग में? What is it that is going on 24/7? Change the quality of it. Change the input. Change what you're eating. Change what you're consuming. Yes, so when you bring these changes, ये होंगे ना? When you bring these small changes in your life, you'll see a bigger, better picture in your life. You'll create a beautiful picture, a beautiful scenario. But that will take time, because when a painter is painting, if he has to make a beautiful, colorful picture, he has to use so many colors, right? He has to use, right? I'm not a painter, but I know paint. So what are you doing? You will have to chip in. You will have to work on so many small things in your life. It could be your physical habits, it could be your emotional thinking, emotional habits, or the way you think, the way you conduct, the way you behave. Small changes when you bring in छोटे changes, so you'll make a very different and beautiful picture. Ho jayega. It's same thing. Like life is a beautiful painting. Take it that way and color it with the pictures, with the colors and things that you like and that help you grow in life. So with that, I end the session. If you have any questions, queries, you can always connect with me, friends, and have a great evening and see you soon.